The Mandalorian season 2. It just premiered the first episode, and holy crap, we're not gonna spoil it because last year I did that. I did that the day. I did
Yeah, I
that
was
the
about to say.
hour. I did it the hour it was released, and I know what I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but look, we can redeem ourselves here. So
Yes.
season 2, this picks up pretty much immediately after the events of season 1, right?
Right.
Like they're just back on their adventures. If you've seen season 1, we're gonna spoil that for sure. They are on a mission to get the child or the baby Yoda back to its home, find out where it's coming from, and you get a little bit of that into this. And if you've read the news reports and you've seen like all of the behind the scenes stuff of what characters you think are going to be introduced into this show, we get a little bit of that in this. And I'm gonna say this was one of the coolest episodes of the entire series, and it came out like guns blazing.
I agree
Let's
with
kick it
that.
off to everyone.
I totally agree with that. The way the cinematics were done in this episode were fantastic. I'm just trying not to say anything because I know Landon hasn't seen it yet. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is
I want
good because it's keeping us in check.
right.
Landon, this feels like if George Lucas made it back in the day.
Okay.
I want to go
Is
that
that
far.
weird?
I was about to say that's pushing it.
It
That's
felt
pushing
like
it.
original trilogy shit. That felt like meaty original trilogy shit.
Or is that the fan service?
Especially with, again, what movie isn't fan service to the group that it's trying to cater and market to?
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah,
The
you're
fan
correct.
service in this was a lot more subtle than like The Force Awakens.
Fan service. I'm gonna use an easy catch all
Here-
word to
but here's
try
the-
to dismiss some bullshit that was awesome.
But I think so. Like here, but the thing is, like the way it's introduced, like the opening sequence, like the opening scene, is shot beautifully. Like the whole episode is a lot. Like the first season was shot like really well, but like this looks extra sharp, like super, super pristine almost. And
It's like they took the time to use the technology that Sony is developing,
yeah,
with everything, I mean, it's a tech month anyway, going into November as it is, and all the, PS5, Xbox, Sony TVs, Canon cameras, whatever they're using right now, Sony is in the lead with the 4K camera and all the quality that they're doing. And I did watch a documentary that, they were using products from Sony with 4K stuff. So the imaging was just done so well. And I have to give a lot of credit to Mr. Favreau. You know what I mean? He did a
Director of this
really,
episode.
he did a
creator.
damn good job. And creator.
Co-creator, I suppose. Dave
Yeah.
Filoni helped with it as well. But seriously, you're onto that, Jay. And especially you talked about the Sony cameras, but I want to talk about the big dome that they're using right now for their special effects, where
The
everything is
bubble.
projected onto the screen in real time. They move, the environment moves with them. You kind of sit there and you go, oh, that's really great, and it gives you a lot of options, but doesn't it also restrict you in what you could possibly do with stuff? This episode showed me like, no, they can do so much more than you could possibly imagine with this technology. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
that's why it can't just be a single vision. Like seeing Jon Favreau work with all the other creators for these episodes and seeing what they're able to do with that technology, still using practical effects. I'm going to spoil one thing. There is an animatronic in this that is amazing and so great. It made me so happy. And it wasn't Baby Yoda, but there's another animatronic that was like, oh, I cannot believe you have this right now. They have
Right.
characters from the original trilogy. I can say that. No,
No,
right?
you can.
I
You
can say
definitely
that.
can.
just to say
Chaz,
who,
I can
but
say
yes.
that. God damn it.
I didn't say no. I said yes.
Like
No, he
Jawas.
said yes.
Like there's Jawas.
There's
Yes,
sand
but-
people.
Yeah, you can't say yes, but just go with it, Chaz.
I'm going with it. Like you're not spoiling anything. You're not spoiling anything by just saying that because, like, spoiler alert, it takes place on Tatooine.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
well then let's go into our little blurbs about the episode, Chaz. You go first. Tell me, expand.
I liked it. It felt like a western. I think there's an actor, Timothy. How do you say his last name?
Timothy
Olyphant?
Dalton.
Timothy
Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Yeah. He. I don't know if you guys have seen Justified. He plays such.
Justified is really great.
Yes,
by the
he
way.
plays such a great martial, like western kind of figure, my character, and his character in this was like super interesting, and I liked how I don't know. I liked it because I had issues with the first season, and I feel like the second season is going to iron a lot of that out. Hopefully. So
now I have a
I'm
question for
stoked.
you, Chaz.
Yeah.
With you saying you were a little bit disappointed in last season, what was the thing that disappointed you last season?
The last season, it was how. I mean, let's look at the overall season. How like it started with an interesting premise, and they kind of fell flat in the middle, and then by the end, it kind of picked back up. From this is a stronger idea, I feel like, than the first one because we already know what his end goal is and what he has to do, and so we have the expectations and the possibilities, of certain revelations to come. If that makes sense. Without spoiling anything, but like. I mean, obviously there is a character in here who like gives a little bit of a nod, to say the least, to oh, is this something that we're gonna learn about? Like, this will excite people on both ends of the spectrum, like old fans and new fans of the Star Wars universe.
I definitely agree. Landon, when do you plan on watching it now that you've heard about everything? Are you worried that you're gonna get everything spoiled? He's sitting here with his thumbs on his butt, just like, oh crap, is this gonna happen? They're gonna say it. They're gonna say who it is.
Chaz spoils everything for me, so I'm not. It's not like it's
no, don't. What? Take that back.
Hey,
take it back.
It hurts. I'm just I'm excited because honestly, I like Timothy's movies. Like he did a great job in The Crazies. He did a great job in Deadwood, and one of my favorite shows that he did was Santa Clarita Diet, which really canceled that. But I'm excited to see him in this. So.
And Jim's rival in The Office, the traveling salesman.
Yep.
And he was also Hitman.
Oh yeah.
He did really good in Hitman.
That one.
All right, I'm gonna spoil it. The person that is in this episode,
motherfucker! How dare you?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody. People really think John Cena is that great of an actor?
Yes, actually.
I think he's a decent actor. I mean, he still has a long way to go. I mean, we could have said the same thing about The Rock when he first got started with the Scorpion King.
Or Batista.
Well, I would say with any wrestler actor combo, when they come into Hollywood, most people are thinking,
how do you get a job here, there fuckface?
Like nobody really. Everybody's pretty surprised by it.
I think the thing I like about John Cena is he never takes himself seriously. Like in Trainwreck, how he had that character who was saying all these lines that were very questionable. Like his ego isn't big enough to like oh, I can't do this. This would ruin my image. Like
nice save, by the way, Chaz. Nice save.
Thank you.
I can see it good at like when the script is presented to him. Like I can see it that way. But if you see him like out of a film, like trying to be funny in a live audience, I just don't see it that funny. Like it
I don't
seems like
see that funny, so
hard. So what?
Nothing.
Wow.
I mean, I think he's funny in his own right. I mean, I like what he did with Cock Blockers. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I like that movie.
Hilarious.
That was a good one.
That was a great movie.
And he does okay with what is it? Daddy's Home?
Oh yeah,
Daddy's
that's
Home
right.
2?
Daddy's Home 2.
He just shows up kind of out of the blue in the end.
And he has that new one where
Can we all say how excited we are for Peacemaker with the Suicide Squad?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to be a super fun character that John Cena can sink his teeth into.
you
And
think
Fast 9, he's going to be Dom's brother. That's in the trailer.
Okay, but do you think in the Suicide Squad, do you think this character looks a little bit like a phallus shaped?
I think that might just be his body type there, Chaz.
Because like
if you put anything tight on him,
it looks
kind
like
of
the helmet
has
of something else.
Well, yeah, it looks like Orion's helmet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with.
Jay has a more pure mind.
I'm not comic. I'm not comic.
Chaz is immediately, is it a dick? Do you guys think it's a dick? I don't know why that's a first thing.
Sorry, Mr. Exotic. Sorry.
Looks at the helmet.
Lord have mercy.
Well, hey, good news. As a true Fast and Furious fan, they're doing 2 more. That's it. I'm done, and they're done.
Yeah,
they're done. Finished.
Are they done? Or are they like, well, let's do a spin-off, so it's not necessarily Fast and the Furious, but
They should have finished it after Paul Walker died because he's the reason that series kept going on. Vin Diesel didn't want to come back for another one after the first one, and he came back for a second, and then Vin Diesel decided to come back for the third.
Right.
So
Let me ask you something. So we've got the Fast and Furious series, and we're going on a full tangent. Should we wrap up Mandalorian real quick and jump into this crap that I need to talk about?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, this episode, awesome beginning, and honestly gave me more than I thought it was going to be getting in the very first episode. Like they give
Agreed.
you a lot to think about, to talk about, and maybe for our Patreon we can do a quick spoiler review after the show. So I hope my guests and Chaz can stay for that. But overall, everybody,
Damn
let's
right.
do the thumbs up, thumbs down. 2 for best, 2 down for worst.
Oh no. Yeah. For those who've seen
Good.
it. Yeah. I was about to say, if you haven't seen it, you gotta
Again
give it
with the
to- no
dick
matter what.
references.
But there is one thing I do want to comment on for Star Wars in general is you know how Marvel has the beginning with the comic book flipping up and all
Yeah.
that other good stuff. I have to give a lot of credit to Disney and Star Wars when they had the helmets of, you know, like Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers. I really love that intro that, okay, this is Star Wars, not Marvel. And I like how they actually separated, you know, between that. I thought that was awesome.
Very
Hell
cool.
yeah, dude.